What's up, my threeple, and welcome back to another video. And oh boy, this is going to be a good video as we have quite a few stuff to talk about. Now this is going to be a little bit more of a longer video, kind of going over some of the most recent news, and I'm going to kind of give my thoughts on the new collection event as well. I didn't have the chance to make an overview of the event because I've been really busy with school and such. I think a lot of you know that by now, so I've just been pretty busy, so I haven't really had the chance to make an overview or really make too many videos at all. So okay, the gameplay just stopped, but anyways, this is going to be an interesting video. It's going to be a little lengthier again because we're going to be going over quite a few stuff. Again, going to be giving my thoughts on the new collection event. We're going to be talking about the server issues that have been going on and some server upgrading that's going to be done. We're also going to be talking about some cool data mined information along with something that pretty much that not 100% confirms, but I would probably say 90% confirms the next legend. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now we're going to start with pretty much the least exciting stuff first in terms of news, but we're not going to go over the news stuff first. We're going to be going over my thoughts on the new collection event. So the new collection event, the Evolution collection event, I really like the event, to be honest, but I haven't really had a chance to play it too much. Like, I have played it a little bit, and yeah, it's been alright so far. I haven't played the arena takeover though, but it's not really too content filled, but it's an alright event. Like, we got some really cool skins and such. Like, it's just really cool. I'm not really bothered to like kind of nitpick on all the details and such, but it's a pretty decent event so far. And oh my gosh, the buff to Rampart's turret was just insane. Like, I swear that has made her a really good legend now. I swear her pick rate has kind of went up, kind of like what happened with Revenant, like during the Genesis collection event. I just feel like Rampart got a really decent buff. It's really good, and yeah. And the nerf that Octane received, it was an interesting one, honestly. I think it did kind of affect his jump pad a little bit. Well, it obviously did, but I don't know how big it exactly affected it yet. Because again, I haven't really had a chance to play too much, so yeah. But I did get to test out some of the changes, and they're okay so far. I don't really think too much of them. I kind of think the changes were slightly underwhelming, but except for the Rampart buff. That one's like the highlight of this event, honestly. But yeah, it's just some decent stuff. I really don't have like too much to really like exaggerate on. Kind of like, it's just a solid event, to be honest. Like, yeah, it's an alright event. I think well of it. The skins are cool, but still not much content. Still not like an actual LTM. But yeah, it's alright. It's decent. It's better than nothing, and it's better than like a big content drought throughout an entire month. So I'm grateful for that. And yeah, but something that was more exciting than the event is the data mined information and the news we've gotten. So let's get into the news portion and talking about like the data mined information and the stuff that's super exciting. But first, let's talk about like the server issues, because I feel like that's been kind of a big topic over the past few days. So pretty much ever since the event went live, like, the servers have been kind of funky. Like, people have just been randomly kicked out, or connection losses and all that stuff. And like, the servers were doing pretty decent up until the event dropped. And yeah, it's made things a little harsh. Like, when I got on like a few days ago, like, I was having that same problem, and it took me like a few times to like actually like get back in or whatever. So it's kind of tough, honestly, and really annoying, especially with all like how I've also had issues with the servers beforehand. And yeah, but Respawn has said they will be fixing up the issue, so they should be fully fixing up the issue on Wednesday this upcoming week, as of recording this video, which is going to be pretty good. They said they're going to upgrade the server capacity, which is going to be pretty nice as well, and I think that goes for every server. But yeah, I'm glad they're taking action to upgrade the server capacity, but they should probably do a little more stuff rather than just upping up the capacity, to be honest. But those are just my thoughts. And now with that little portion out of the way, let's get into the juicy data mined information. So first, let's start off with a new event that's coming called the Monsters Within event. And yeah, we got some pretty sick skins for that. I'm not going to be showing them up here right now, but I will leave sources in the description if I can. We're getting a sick Revenant Werewolf skin. We are getting a Bloodhound Simulacrum skin, which looks pretty cool. We're also getting a Caustic skin, which looks pretty cool as well. We're also getting this Red Seer skin, a Loba skin if I can recall, a Horizon skin, and a Valkyrie skin as well. And I think there might be more, I don't know, but I'm not really bothered to try to go too in-depth on it, but it does seem pretty cool. And along with this Monsters event, we are also getting a Bloodhound Story Mode event. Kind of similar to the quest from Season 5 as it seems. And I don't know if it's going to be centered around the Prowlers or not. I think it will have something to do with one of the Prowlers. And it's also going to have something to do with the White Raven that was seen in the collection event trailer, like at the beginning. So yeah, that's pretty cool, pretty interesting. And I'm pretty excited for it, to be honest. And there's also been an epic skin that was leaked, which has a little lore segment thing. You know how, like, there's the Voidwalker skin, then it basically has the description, lore description of, like, the skin or whatever. There's going to be the same thing with that epic Bloodhound skin, which is going to be pretty cool. There was also a spoiler for, like, some events that go on in this Bloodhound story event. I'm not going to be showing that because it is a spoiler, pretty much, and yeah, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who doesn't want to be spoiled and such. But yeah, it seems pretty cool, honestly, and yeah, so we're going to be getting some decent content in terms of that little story segment later on. And yeah, also, now let's get into a even juicier leak, which is pictures from the Tropics map that is supposed to be coming next season in Season 11. And honestly, it looks pretty cool. It's a tropical map, obviously, and there is one POI in particular that ties into, like, the AI element that's supposed to be on the map, which is there's going to be a Prowler mound. And it might be in an enclosure from what I saw from the pictures. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description to a source so you can check those out for yourself. But yeah, Tropics looks pretty cool, and there's also a little archipelago, I think is how you pronounce it, with a few little islands. And I'm guessing that you're going to be using, like, the tridents that are on the map to, like, get around, like, through the water, or there could be some sort of swim mechanic, but I don't really know. But it does seem really cool. Like, this map is just going to be amazing. And there's also supposed to be some sort of storm, like, coming in or whatever, which seems pretty interesting as well. Like, I'm excited for this Tropics map. Like, it seems pretty cool. I'm excited for a new map, and I hope it's really fun to play on. Like, yeah. And yeah, this Tropics seems excited. The pictures of it make it look like a really beautiful map, honestly. Once again, if I can find a source that shows the pictures, I'll leave them in the description for you to check out for yourself. So yeah, bringing on the Tropics hype. And another thing I wanted to mention as well is that there has been a little tiny change to Olympus. And that is a little escape pod has landed in one of the spots. And that escape pod has been speculated to be Bangalore's brother's escape pod. And Bangalore's brother is, I think I forgot his name. Was it Jackson or something? I don't know, but yeah, so his escape pod pretty much, though it's rumored to be his escape pod, we don't know for sure. Bangalore recognizes it though, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. And that actually, I think there's like a computer in it, and I'm pretty sure, like, once there's like some sort of teaser thing, it's going to be showing like a teaser for Tropics, or it's going to show the pictures that were leaked of Tropics on the computer, which I'm pretty sure that's the case. And I think that's pretty much how we're going to be introduced to the Tropics map, and it's going to tie into something on how we're going to Tropics. And also on that little computer that's in the escape pod, it also mentions something about contacting the origin ship. So what I'm guessing is that the origin ship could possibly be on Gaia, which is where Tropics allegedly is. So it could be that, like, we're tracking down the origin ship, and we're going to be going to Tropics for the origin ship or whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's confusing, but it's a little vague on some stuff as of now. But it does seem really cool, like, what's to come with, like, this escape pod thing and such. And yeah, again, exciting information. But I do have some more exciting information, and it's actually stuff that kind of reveals who the Season 11 legend might be. And let's just say after about 6 seasons of patiently waiting, of hype, or whatever, it finally seems like that Ash is coming to the Apex games. Oh my goodness, this is just insane. So, how exactly does it seem like Ash is coming into the Apex games? Well, recently, like as the event went live, there's a bunch of code that came in, and one of the things that ended up in the files is a hologram of Ash's human self. Why the heck is that doing, and what the heck is that doing in the game files? Well, what I'm guessing, and I think someone else guessed as well, is that maybe it's going to be something that has to do with, like, arenas, possibly, or a loading screen. I'm probably guessing that, like, you know how, like, Ash and, like, the arenas you see your hologram or whatever. I'm guessing, like, maybe that's gonna start glitching out, and maybe it'll go to your human self or whatever, but I don't really know. I'm thinking that's gonna bring in so much lore, and it's gonna introduce us to some Ash lore, or whatever, which, oh, it sounds so exciting. It's crazy. And there was Ash's, character model also got updated as well. So she has a completely new look now. Like, she just got her look changed in Season 9, and now she has another new look. And it kind of has a similar vibe to her OG look, or it's kind of like a mix between her OG look and the look she got in Season 9. But she looks pretty cool. And yeah, so it is looking like Ash is going to be the Season 11 legend, but what else could point towards that? Well, Garrett Leaks actually found, like, and you know how there's, like, the T-pose animation that happens to characters in game? Well, there's actually a T-pose animation for Ash that was found in the game files, alongside a bunch of other legends. And not to mention, she was listed among all the other legends for, like, the T-pose animation thing. I forgot exactly what the code or the file name was for it, but that's basically, yeah, her name was alongside all the other legends' names, and she was the only future legend that we know of that had her name alongside all those others, which most likely means that Ash is coming very soon, most likely Season 11, which is insane. Once again, and there's also something else that was actually hinted at a long time ago to kind of back up that she's going to be the Season 11 legend, and that was in the Season 6 comics. We actually got to see Blisk, like, hold Ash's head, and he said, I think I'm trying to remember exactly, he said, like, who knows, maybe there's a tropical paradise on the other side. And that was back in Season 6. And we're seemingly getting Tropics, the new map, in Season 11. So it very well seems like that was teasing when Ash is going to come into the game, which is most likely Season 11. And it's absolutely insane. Like, oh my goodness. Like, it's going to be about 6 seasons, and we're finally getting Ash. But of course, it's not 100% confirmed. I cannot exactly confirm or deny if she will be the next legend, but it's looking like it as of now. And I think a lot of people are going to be excited, and the Titanfall players will go crazy. Now, since it's not 100% confirmed that she'll be the next legend, there is something else that popped up in the game files that points towards another legend coming to the game. But we don't know about this legend as much, and that's a legend named Molly. So when the update went live and a bunch of code came in, there was some code that came in for a legend's ability, and once again, it's ability for a legend named Molly. We don't know about this legend, but the passive is some sort of damage boost ability, and it's the only ability we know of so far for this character. Now, this seems pretty interesting, like a damage boosted character, and yeah. So it is possible that Molly could be the next legend, but I don't really think we should assume that, because in the past we have known, like, there has been stuff that came in early for legends that weren't supposed to come in, like, a few seasons in advance. Like, for example, like, back in Season 5, as I recall, Horizon already had, like, audio files in the game files for, like, her footsteps and whatever. And then, like, in Season 8, one of Seer's emotes was in the game files as well. And then, like, we had a Valkyrie finisher and Valkyrie audio files that were, like, in Season 6 and kind of onward. So it's possible that this is just code for Molly, and it's just hanging out there until Molly comes into the game, which I'm guessing will be Season 12, seeing as how, like, we already have code for Molly in the game files, so it would just make sense, to be honest, if they came in Season 12. So that's kind of my thoughts on it, but it is possible Molly could be the Season 12 legend, but we don't know for sure. But I'm guessing Molly's going to be season 12 legend and probably not the next legend in line. Now, I also have a kind of another little speculation about this mysterious Molly character, and that is that it could be that she, or I don't know if it's a she or a he, we're just going to say they for now. They could very well possibly be, I'm guessing, the new name for Gunzerker. Now, if you don't remember, Gunzerker was a leaked legend on like an insider leak for character select screen, and was a support character that was a weapons enthusiast, I mean. And one of the speculated abilities I thought of for when it came to Gunzerker was that maybe they have like some sort of like amped damage ability, and that kind of fits in line with my speculation, seeing how Molly has a damage boosting ability, and like damage boosting, it kind of relates to weapons in a certain way, so it could be very well possible that Molly is the new name for Gunzerker, but we don't really know. Like, there's still a lot that we kind of need to like learn about in order to find out like more about this legend, but I'm guessing we won't know about Molly until later on. But yeah, it's some pretty exciting information. Once again, I don't exactly think Molly will be the next legend in season 11, but most likely the season 12 legend. And yeah, so I'm guessing Ash is going to be the season 11 legend. All signs point towards her being the next legend so far. And yeah, and you're probably asking, well, since Ash is like the arena announcer and like Blisk's like helper with the Apex games, why is it that she is entering the Apex games? Well, my theory is that like it could be very well possible that she's a simulacrum. It could be that she has like another body that she could be using for the games and another body she could be using to control the arenas and such. So that's kind of my thoughts on it, and not necessarily like, yeah, basically it's most likely she'll have like two different bodies, one for the arenas and one for like going into the games and fighting it out. That's my thoughts and speculation on it, about how kind of Ash is being introduced into the game and such. I also just realized that my old prediction from season 9, it seems to be kind of accurate, since I predicted that Ash was going to be the season 11 like back in season 9, and it seems like that's actually the case. Not my recent prediction from the beginning of the season. I didn't really think Ash would become like the next legend in line, seeing as how like pretty much all the more like unknown characters were getting released first, so I just kind of assumed she would have been coming on later on. But pretty much now, kind of thinking about it, like I think it does kind of make sense, seeing as how like seeing as how we're getting like the Tropics map again, like having that little reference in season 6, whatever. I think it does kind of make sense, and it really just comes to show that they can release any character at any time. Honestly, it doesn't really matter like how much they're involved with the lore or whatever. I just feel like they're gonna release legend list whenever. And yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, like I don't really think I should try to make another predictions video like so early in the season. I primarily did that because like I didn't really know what else to do for content like right at the very beginning of the season, so I just went ahead and made the predictions. But I'll probably wait a little longer before I make a new prediction video, just to kind of gather what everyone else is thinking and then kind of build off like a prediction from there. And also, like, I predicted that Gunzerker, or who could now be known as Molly, would be the season 11 legend. But I'm actually kind of, I was actually kind of debating if that would be the case or not, because like Gunzerker like came on later than the previous league legends, Asaria, Blisk, Ash. Like Gunzerker came in after them, so I would guess that Gunzerker would probably come on later. But if Gunzerker is the same as Molly, then yeah, most likely Gunzerker, Molly, whatever, will be the season 12 legend. But we don't really know. Again, nothing's 100% confirmed. I've said this a million times. Take things with a grain of salt. But once again, Ash is looking like the season 11 legend. I should have went with my gut instinct all the way back then. Now moving on from the League Legends stuff, there is something else, a couple more things that I wanted to talk about. One is a new arena map that should be coming very soon called Encore. Now, Encore is also known as Sky Guarding. Well, that's like its code name, and I saw pictures of that as well. It looks pretty sick, to be honest. It's kind of like a little stadium thing with plants. I'll be sure to leave a link to any sources for the pictures for it in the description in case you want to check that out. But Encore, it looks like a pretty cool map. It looks to be, has like a darker sky, but it looks really bright and extravagant. So it looks like a pretty exciting map, and there's also a 3D look of it in the game files too, or whatever. So yeah, I'm hyped for this new Encore map as well. Can't wait to try it out whenever it comes in for arenas. And then the last thing I kind of wanted to go over is Wattson's heirloom. Wattson mains, rejoice! Your heirloom is in the game files right now, but it's kind of underwhelming, to be honest. It's basically like a taser gun thing. I don't really know. Like, it looks interesting. It looks unique, but I kind of expected something a little more. I don't know. Like, I kind of expected more of like a fence sword or whatever. Like, I kind of wanted that more than just like a taser gun. Like. Yeah, but it's probably going to be really nice, to be honest. Like, we're just really going to have to wait and see exactly what it's going to be like. But most likely, Wattson's heirloom will be the next heirloom in line, and will most likely be coming in Season 12 and whatever collection event is next for that season. Now, kind of on the topic of Wattson's heirloom, I kind of wanted to talk about Rampart's heirloom. Honestly, Rampart's heirloom is a pretty nice heirloom, to be honest. Its animations are good, and I think Rampart's heirloom was underestimated, to be honest. Let me know what you think of Rampart's heirloom in the comment section, please. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for all of this information. We covered quite a bit. I went over my thoughts about the new collection event and the stuff that's went on with it. We went over the server issue that's been going on. We also went over the skins for the upcoming Monsters Within event, the Bloodhound story mode event thing. We went over the little escape pod POI on Olympus. We also went over the possibility of Ash becoming the Season 11 legend, and we also kind of talked about the leaked legend Molly. And also, I should probably mention this as well. There is speculation that Molly could be the codename for Ash, but I kind of find that unlikely, or whatever. I don't know. I just find that pretty unlikely, because what does it have to do with the name Ash? But whatever, kind of excluding that for now. So yeah, we talked about the League of Legends stuff, and we talked about the Tropics map. I should have mentioned that a little bit ago. And we also talked about the new Encore map that's going to be coming, and we talked about Wattson's heirloom. So yeah, we got a whole lot of excited stuff. I hope you're all hyped. I can tell you that I'm hyped. I can't wait to know what Season 11 will be like, especially with the Tropics map and the possible introduction of Ash as a legend, which seems very exciting. But again, nothing's 100% confirmed. Take information with a grain of salt. Dang, I got really close to the mic there. But anyways, that's going to be all for this video. If you did enjoy, then be sure to give the video a like. And if you're brand new to the channel, then be sure to subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you can get notified for whenever I upload a new video. Also, be sure to join the Discord server. The link will be in the description. And if you have Guilded and are looking for any servers to join on there, I have a Guilded server too, so I'll leave a link to that in the description too. Also, be sure to follow my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/TheorLNEX, and be sure to follow me on Instagram as well. And yeah, once again, that's going to be all for today's video. Let me know your thoughts about all of this news and stuff in the comments section, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.